Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And this is my first impressions look on the Wow or Way of Wade Fission VII by Li-Ning. So this shoe is very cheap, it's only going for $100. So if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the Tracciones. And in this colorway, we have a fully translucent outsole. There's like little speckles of solid rubber. It kind of looks like a recycled, kind of like how Nike does it. I'm not 100% sure if this is recycled, but nonetheless, it is a pretty cool design. We have some circles, and then the lines are kind of circling out of those circles. And as far as the durability goes, I mean, the rubber is super thick and very, very hard. So I feel like it's gonna be good for outdoor use. As you guys all know, like Chinese companies, they make very, very durable outsoles because mostly, people in China play on outdoor courts, right? And the traction seems freaking amazing, guys. Like the stop is extremely hard, and also it's really, really loud. The squeak is very high pitched and extremely loud. So I'm very excited to try these out. The traction seems like it's going to be very, very good. And then looking at the middle of the outsole, we can see this black part is pretty much a plastic midfoot chain plate, which they're calling Pro Bar Lock. So it's pretty much only here in the midfoot, and that'll help with torsional support. Alright, as far as the heel to toe transition goes, it feels very, very smooth. So a very curved and rounded shape here in the heel, and also a fully exposed light foam midsole. And here in the forefoot, we have a pretty curved shape as well, and a lot of forefoot flex. Look at that. So I feel like it's gonna be super smooth and very, very fluid when you're running down the court. All right, as far as the cushioning setup goes, so as far as like Chinese companies goes, the description and tech is all in Chinese. So it's kind of, I mean, I'm not Chinese and I can't read Chinese. So I'm sorry if I get the tech wrong, but I'm guessing it's light foam, right? So they're using full length light foam. It says light foam here on the medial side of the shoe. It's just kind of like this green midsole, and it's pretty soft. There is a good amount of compression. I would say it's pretty thick as well. I mean, the court feel is pretty good, but not the best. And in the heel, it feels nice. You can definitely feel the compression from the foam. And then here in the forefoot, or I guess like underneath, you guys can see the boom insert. So it is a boom pod, I guess a forefoot pod. It looks like it's bottom loaded though, which sucks. I wish it was top loaded, I guess, right? Or right underneath your foot. But in this case, it looks bottom loaded. You can see here on the lateral side, it's kind of exposed. And like I said, you can also see through this translucent outsole, right? So nothing crazy. As far as the insole goes, the insole is pretty nice. It has a little bit of foam to it. It has a very thick foam crash pattern here in the heel, which feels really, really nice as well. That definitely helps with the stepping comfort in the heel especially. But I feel like this is gonna be a responsive cushioning setup with good impact protection, good compression, and maybe a little bit of bounce. We'll have to see on that. Of course, I'm gonna need to test it out, but it feels pretty damn nice so far. All right, moving on to the materials. The materials aren't very nice. I mean, it's $100, so the quality of the materials are pretty bad, I would say. So we have like a screen mesh, right? Here in the forefoot and also here in the midfoot. And I don't really mind screen mesh. And then we have another mesh material underneath that. And then here in the toe box, we have I guess fused material, but it's underneath this screen mesh, which is kind of weird, but obviously that's there for durability. And here on the lateral and medial side of the shoe, we have a really cheap feeling synthetic material. It feels really crappy. And also we have this plastic side piece here on the lateral side of the shoe in the toe box for extra added support for lateral movements, right? One thing I like about the material though is that it's extremely thin, especially here in the toe box and here in the midfoot. It's just extremely thin, and you can see how much airflow there is. I mean, let's see. Yeah, that's a lot of airflow. So I feel like ventilation is going to be very good. And then here on the lateral side, we can see the eyelets. The eyelets are connected to these materials, or I guess straps that go underneath this screen mesh for extra added support, right? But it's not free flowing, which kind of sucks, but it's not a huge deal. And of course, we have this really annoying strap. It's a one-way strap. It says Fission Dwayne Wade, right? So it starts on the lateral side and stops here on the medial side. I guess one good thing is that the Velcro is pretty much this entire panel here on the ankle area on the medial side. So you can pretty much put the strap anywhere, I guess, kind of. But other than that, when you're tying the shoe up, the strap gets in the way, which is kind of annoying. And it doesn't really do a whole lot for lockdown. It doesn't feel like, and it's just like, I guess it's a little thick, I would say. So it adds a little bit of bulk to the shoe as well. So as you guys all know, I hate one-way straps. So this shoe has it, not a huge fan. And coming here into the tongue has, I would say like these foam pads, which makes it feel a little bit more plush. And then here in the ankle area, which I like, is we have, I guess like side pillows, you know, or I guess like ankle bone pillows or something, because they're not really Achilles pillows because they're like on the sides of the shoe. But also we have a very large Achilles pillow or pad, I would say, and it's connected to this pull tab. So when you pull on the pull tab, it kind of pulls this pad up and makes the shoe a lot easier to put on as well, which I really like. So it feels very cozy and very nice here in the ankle area. So the materials, I mean, it feels super cheap and the quality of the materials is pretty bad, but so far it feels pretty nice on foot. All right, moving on to the fit. I went true to size, and lengthwise I was good. My foot pretty much goes right to the edge of the shoe. I would say there's a little bit of length, just a tiny bit. But if I went down half a size, I feel like it would be like too snug. So true to size was good for me. But I don't like the fit here in the toe box. It's pretty damn roomy, and also this material isn't super supportive. It feels pretty stretchy, right? So coupling that with the bad fit, it just doesn't feel great here in the toe box for me. I mean, if you have a thick foot, or you like to have a roomier fit here in the toe box, of course that's good for you guys, but for me, I like to have a very snug fit, and I don't really like it all too much here in this shoe. And as far as the width goes, I would say it's normal width to slightly wide. So I guess they're gearing this shoe towards like people who have like thicker or wider feet, I guess. As far as the support and lockdown goes, I feel like it's gonna be pretty damn good. I mean, as you guys can see here in the forefoot, we have this plastic piece like I mentioned. Your foot is not gonna go over this, you know what I mean? And then there's nothing in the midfoot, but here on the lateral side, we have an internal TPU heel counter as well as, I guess, the strap. You know, the strap is definitely helping you. It's stitched there, and that'll definitely help keep you contained in the ankle area. So lateral containment feels like it's going to be very, very good. And also for lateral support, it has an outrigger, you know, so it's a very wide and low base, it feels like. So lateral stability seems like it's going to be good. All right, as far as the weight goes, I feel like this shoe is going to be probably around average weight, I think, maybe 12, 13 ounces. Oh no, 13.3 ounces. Let's check the left pair. 13.3 ounces. Okay, so pretty much the same exact weight. And like, yeah, that's kind of surprising. You know, I guess light foam is like high density. You know, you definitely feel all the weight, or pretty much most of the weight underneath your foot. I mean, like, this material is just extremely thin, very minimal on foot. So that feels nice. And I feel like it's going to be very responsive too, you know, the traction seems really good as well. And moving on to the aesthetics, I like it. You know, this colorway is not my favorite, but the overall silhouette looks pretty dope. And I actually like how the strap looks in the shoe. Usually, like I said, for functionality purposes, I don't like a one-way strap, but in this shoe, it looks pretty dope. You know, unlike the Zoom Freak 3, in my opinion, it looks terrible in the Zoom Freak 3, but I actually like the aesthetics in the shoe. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, I mean, for $100, it's feeling pretty nice. And I mean, it's nothing crazy, I would say. You know, the fit feels a little sloppy for me. The cushion seems okay. Traction seems phenomenal though. And the material quality definitely could be a lot better. But I feel like it's gonna be a pretty nice shoe to play in, you know? And of course, hopefully it's a surprise and it performs really, really well, especially for $100. But I do have my doubts on that. But I guess I am liking the shoe overall so far. But anyways, again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.